Hi everyone. So that's the song that we're going to be covering. It's called Stay the Night by a band called Flight by Nothing. It's not a big popular band, but it's what sort of inspires us in the way we sort of want to be writing. So we'll play it for you now.
Move on. 1, 2, 3.
All of life is but a dream, it seems. So come on, won't you stay with me?
Hello.
Hello.
Let's gentlemen say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, alright. So we are called Beech Avenue. That's our band name. We don't have a logo, but these are some bands that inspire the group. If you'd like to scroll down for me, if you don't mind. First, we've got Mac DeMarco and the Beatles, which gives it that sort of like indie vibe, and obviously the Beatles are very rock and roll, which is sort of vibe we want to be going for. But if you go right to the bottom of that list, would you please? We've got Fontaines DC and Blink-182. These are more alternative bands. Fontaine's for their like heavier, like post-punk sort of sound, and obviously Blink-182. You can tell we put that on there. For their like sort of like pop rock sort of sound, but they're like sort of pop punk, you know, sort of just like that. But yeah, we're trying to write music that tries to incorporate a lot of that sort of stuff, which is very nice. And if you scroll down, there's some live performances. Here we've got Wonder Horse, if you don't mind playing that. I don't want to listen to the Beatles.
What? Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was Wonder Horse. We want to bring that sort of energy to our live performances as well. Yeah, Will's loving it at the back, ain't you, Will? Okay. But yeah, that was Wonder Horse. Thank you very much. I think it's Mr. Malarkey's thing.
Yeah.
Examples of genres in common: indie rock, soul, jazz, alternative rock. These genres are what our group are most interested in playing, especially indie rock, as it has good ambience to it and can be explored in so many different ways, and can even go into sub-genres such as zest pop, which includes jazz and indie rock. In certain bands, there have been times where they have used indie rock and alt rock in their songs to give a mixture of songs so that everything doesn't sound the same. Alt, indie and indie rock. These genres are most suitable to our group's preferences, but we will hopefully be able to include a little bit of soul and jazz so that we can make our set pop as much as possible. What makes us unique? Indie rock. Indie rock has its own unique sound to it, which gives it more lo-fi sound and emotive and authentic lyrics. It also has a guitar that has a more layered and melodic sound, which gives it that texture. Melodies of indie rock, such songs are also quite simple, dissonant and unconventional, which gives the song a very chill vibe. All indie as its own unique way of expressing itself by having raw, introspective songwriting. The song also acts as a sandbox for indie folk and post-punk, which blends into one distinct sound. Lyrics usually have a song emotional depth and raw expression that gives the song a niche feel.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? Okay, just leave it. Online marketing.
Online marketing.
There are a few online marketing tools that we found the band uses. That's Flight by Nothing, which could be really useful, which could really be used really well in some of our own stuff, such as the dates of as they're doing at the moment. Clearly shows the.
I'll read it. But yeah, it clearly shows the dates and like who they're working with and who they're going to be possibly like, headlining different shows, or where you can see with like different symbols that go next to their dates and like places they're working. On the left hand side, if you can quickly scroll up. All the posts that are there on the left were made for the song Stay Night, which we've covered, which shows that they're trying to promote it as much as possible, get the most publicity out of it, and it's just hopefully get the most out that they possibly can, which could be a possible idea for us. I'm not sure if people would want to, but I think post online that would be possibly interesting to get like these songs that a bit more heard if we wanted to, or just have them just out there for the fun of it.
Right, so Alice in Chains is another band. whose marketing we've like examined, we've looked at, and they used to do it quite well back in the day with their albums. Have a look at that. See that? Is that a bird or a bloke behind the jar? Whatever it is, you look at that and you think, what's he doing behind the jar? You know? And then you think, that one song, Alice in Chains, and then is it? But it's good market. You see that picture, you go, wow, I know that song. Thank you very much. Back again. Flight But Nothing are an indie rock band that formed in Texas, which is quite strange. Originally in Dallas before becoming part of the Austin music scene, the sound blends indie rock, indie pop, and some subtle post-punk influences. Creating music that feels very like energetic and emotionally reflective. They've built a reputation through live performances and grown an online following with songs that often explore themes like relationships, identity, and overthinking. Their style tends to balance their catchy melodies with introspective lyrics, giving their music a mix of accessibility and depth.
Their new single Stay the Night, released in early 2026, continues in that same vein, but with a slightly more polished modern feel. The track runs at just under 4 minutes and leans into a smooth indie rock sound with atmospheric verses and a more expressive hook-driven chorus. It carries the kind of late-night reflective vibe the band is known for, likely focusing on fleeting emotional moments for the tension of wanting to hold on to a connection.
Overall, Stay the Night feels like a natural progression for the band rather than a major shift in direction. It keeps their core sound intact, while refining it, making it appealing both to long-term fans and new listeners. The song fits comfortably alongside their early work, showing consistency in their style while hinting at a continued evolution in production and songwriting.
Right, so our rehearsal process during this was, I would say it was very difficult at first because we changed the song a few times before setting this. But once we eventually did set on this, luckily I knew the main guitar part, so I could show Callum the chords quite easily and help him figure it out a bit more. And then we all just sort of split off into our own groups and went in our own ways to try and learn the song. So we had the singers go off together, and then we as a band went together to try and rehearse as a group until we could get it all together as one, which it went decently, I'd say, for the least part. There was still some issues with it, but for the most part the song was better how it sounded then, because we didn't have a keys player for the song, which their band includes keys quite a lot of the songs. So some of the parts I was doing on the guitar myself was actually supposed to be keys, but just because we couldn't sort out the keys part at the same time as having the two guitars, we just decided it would be better to do the keys on the guitar, which it was a bit better for the most part, but it was just us focusing with the dynamics and the overall performance quality, which was bugging us a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And then that's the band name, but it's a draft for now. I think a few of us might have like song ideas in the works or ready to show for when we write originals. But yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, that's good.